too much. Oh no. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Robert James back again with another video. Happy Pride Month, everybody. I'm here to record my, third Pride Month video. I still haven't uploaded my hair video. I should have recorded me putting these twists in, to be honest, because as you see I haven't in again. But I didn't. And if I sound a little nasally, it's because I'm kind of sick, just a little bit. Just slightly sick. Not terribly sick, but just slightly sick. Anywho, anybody who knows anything about the gay community knows that like social dating or internet dating, social media dating, I don't know, GRINDR. So I have a story time, and it's a weird, well, bad decision making on my part. It's gonna be a story time about the time I was like, I don't even want to say fooled, because it's not like I'm stupid. I know I was driving and not to where he said I was going to go. Well, he told me kind of where I was gonna go. He told me where we were going, to where, he told me what we were driving to where we were driving for. But I didn't ask exactly what was the precise longitude and latitude of this location. I just kind of was like, okay, let's go. And he's like, it's not that far, it's just a couple minutes down the street. Oh wait, anywho, let's get started. Oh, I didn't even say, without further ado, let's get into the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Coca-Cola. Take control my drip.
Because, look, the tea is piping hot. Anywho, so anybody who knows anything about the gay community then knows that there's this app that's the gay version of Tinder called GRINDR, and on this app people do lots of things, and drugs included, because that is what the story entails. Drugs, sex, dates, mostly sex, but I'd say 95% of it is sex, and then some of it's people saying that, well, 95 is open sex looking for searching, open sex searching, or just looking, and then there's the 5%, then there's the 2% that's looking for friends, but it turns out they're also looking for sex also, it says friends but they're not actually looking for friends, they're looking for something else. And then there's that last 3% that's miscellaneous, we'll call that. So I'm on there bored. I think I was 18, I'm pretty sure I was 18 when this happened. I'm just chilling on my phone, bored. I have GRINDR because, you know, gay. Looking at GRINDR, just being bored, just looking at it. Not even really doing anything with my life, but just looking at GRINDR. And then this boy comes up. Let's call him Blue. Just because if you look at my room, everything's blue. Blue messaged me and was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, oh, look at that, a person that messaged me on GRINDR. Because, you know, back then I really get a message. I still, let me not lie, I don't get no messages now. He messaged me and was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, OMG, hey, what's up? So we're just texting back and forth. And then I honestly wish I could remember precisely what the conversation was about, but I've switched phones about 4 times since this happened. And well, I just don't have the messages anymore, and my memory's not that great. But, so, either way, so we're talking, just having regular conversations. Hi, he tells me, because my name on GRINDR is never my actual name. He tells me his name, I tell him my name, I ask him where his name comes from, and he asks me, oh, where I'm from, where do I live, da-da-da-da, so he says, oh, you know, just regular small kind of, small talk, regular conversation. And then we get to the topic of, he's hungry, I'm hungry, I have a car, it's not that late, let's go eat. What? I can do whatever I want with this car. You don't have a car, so obviously I'm just have to go pick you up. So that's what we did. I'm like, I'm hungry as crap right now. And he's like, so am I, OMG. And then I'm like, oh my God, let's go and get some food. Let's go together and get some food. So we go. I go, get in my car, grab my keys, get all dressed and stuff. But I don't get dressed. I get regular. I just throw on some jeans and a t-shirt. I'm not getting dressed this is not a date. We're just going to the freaking Steak and Shake to get some food. So red flag number freaking 1 is I get there and he's standing outside And I mean, that's okay. The thing, like, I mean, that's fine because people stand outside all the time. But the thing is, like, usually people don't just stand outside, like, for like 20 plus minutes doing nothing. So, like, he was just standing outside, and it's not like I told him how close I was or like how far I was for him to like have like a preconceived notion of like when I was gonna get there. But he was just standing outside. And then so while this whole time, I don't know how long he'd been standing outside, but like he was standing outside, and then he like stands outside of my car, like at my door, but outside of my car, because he's like, I don't want to smoke in your car because I don't know how you feel about cigarettes and all that stuff. So he's like smoking outside my car. So he's talking to me through my window, and I'm like, hello, yeah. I'm pretending not to be like thinking like, wow, this is so awkward. Like, why are you standing over there smoking a cigarette and then like talking to me like, what? Just smoke your cigarette, hurry up, and then get in the car so we can go. But I didn't say anything. I just was like, okay, this is cool. So we're just sitting there. He's smoking his cigarette, talking to me through the window, and I'm over here. And then after that, he gets in the car. And so for some reason, we didn't just go straight from his place to Steak and Shake. We kind of sat in front for a while, but while doing that, he told me the whole story about his whole life, how he used to live in North Carolina, I believe. How he used to live in North Carolina. He worked at this hotel, but at the same time, like, a bunch of the employees that worked at this hotel were also living in the hotel, but you had to, like, pay the rent for it, or, like, you had to, like, or they take it out your paycheck, or pay the rent, or something. Either way, somehow he ended up late on the rent. So he had to live with his friend in North Carolina. He was telling me about this friend, how this friend is rich, has plenty of money. He could just text his mom and be like, Mom, I'm broke, I need food in the house. And his mom would wire like $500 or something, like in an instant, just because rich. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's all fine and dandy. And then he's like, yeah, me and that friend fell out, so now I'm back here living with my mom and my stepdad. But I mean, I don't really like my stepdad, you know, the typical stepdad things. So then after that, that's kind of another red flag, but not altogether, not truly another red flag, because I'm just like, well, bad things happen to people all the time. And I have a friend, he knows what I'm talking about, who has crazy, bizarre things that happen to him all the time. The thing is, his are very believable, just because half of them, like, I see the results, or I, like, am somewhat, like, part of it, but not, like, part of it as in, like, I cause it, or, like, am, like, character in the story. It's just, like, as it's happening to their life, I see it. Anywho, so I'm kind of like on the fence of believing all the crap he's saying or not believing it. But so in the back of my head, I'm always having this doubt, but like in the forefront, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. So eventually he gets to telling me a story about his life. He was from North Carolina, how he came down here to live with his mom and stepdad, and how he would have stayed in North Carolina if he didn't fall out with that friend who had rich parents. But either way, they fell out, and either way, he's down here now. So then we go to Steak and Shake. By the way, we had a hoot in Steak and Shake. It was so fun. I'm pretty sure the waitress thought we were dating or something, or on a date, which was kind of awkward because, like, well, it's not awkward, it's just weird. Like, why would somebody be on a date at, like, midnight? Like, I mean, I guess, but that should be, like, the finishing part of your date. Like, well, she would, okay, look, I guess she could assume that we were on a date. Whatever. Either way, so we're sitting in Steak and Shake, but he doesn't get anything. I got something because I was like, I'm hungry. The thing is, it's weird is, he said he was hungry, but he didn't get anything. You wasn't that hungry then, obviously, because the only reason I got out of my bed and put some clothes on to come to get you was because, OMG, I'm hungry, and then coincidentally, you're hungry too. Okay, we can eat together. Like, food is food. I can care less who's in my presence. Like, let's go eat. But we get there, and he doesn't eat. So I order, and then he's like, oh, I just want a water. That should have been red flag number 3, because that means he straight lied. He definitely straight lied. He told me he was hungry, but didn't eat. So he obviously wasn't that hungry. So then I'm sitting there eating, we're laughing it up. He was telling me some story about like something he's online, I believe. I honestly can't remember. But he was telling me some story about it. And I was just laughing. And then like he told the waitress something. And she was laughing it up with him. I was laughing it up with him. We're just all laughing it up together. And so eventually I'm done eating. And it took me a while. Like I was eating for like 45 minutes. I don't know why, but I was eating super slow. And all I got was a burger and fries, like really small, like simple plate. But I was just eating so slow. I think it was because I was too busy laughing and eating. So then we get out in front of the Steak and Shake, and so something I specifically remember is because he kept saying he was trying to poke me. I was like, poke you? I was like, oh, because I'm slow. So he's like, every time he said that he would go, oh, that's okay, I remember now. He said that he was having a great time with me. Like, he was happy that, like, we were just talking and having a great time. It was so cool that we were just, like, acting cordial as if, like, we had been friends for years, and how we just talked and laughed and giggled and laughed it up and everything, and acting like we knew each other since forever, but in reality, we just met each other that night. But the whole time, he's like, yeah, usually whenever I go to hang out with somebody, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's so cool, oh my god, I love this person, da da da. But then it turns out he's just trying to poke me, and I'm like, poke you? What? And then I understood that he meant poke, like poke, like he's trying to poke them. Somebody's trying to, they're trying to get it in, okay? That's what the bottom line is, hunty. But apparently he didn't want to get poked, so that was a problem. But I was trying to poke him. I was like, look, I was just here to get the food, and I mean, really, we can go home now. But red flag number 3. Can we stop by here? Like, where do you live again? I tell him I live in Dallas. He's like, oh, I know somebody from over there. Maybe we can go over there and chill, because I'm not really tired and I don't want to go home yet. And I'm like, you know, me being me, stupid, 18, bad life decisions, I'm like, you know, to be honest, I'm really not tired. I really wasn't tired. I mean, I just got done eating, so I mean, like, the hunger was gone, the sleepiness isn't there yet, so I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm like, sure, what you trying to do? Let's go to Dallas. So he's driving, he's making all the directions, he's not using navigation, so I'm like assuming he's not lying. I'm like, okay, he must know something somewhere over here, because he's taking me straight to where I need to go. But, so we get there, and then we get there, and I'm like, oh my god, it's just like I'm going to my friend's house. And so we're driving, then we turn on this road, never went on this road before. Then we turn into this driveway, not a driveway at all actually, it's a dirt path on this house that's like, half of it looks like it's made out of a shed, half of it looks like a regular house. And then like he goes and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go talk to my friend and I'll be right back. So he goes in and he's like, okay, I'm like at the door right now, I'm just waiting on him to answer the door because he's texting me on Snapchat. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Literally 20 minutes goes by and I'm like, wow, I hope I'm not about to get axe murdered right now, because I've just been sitting here like a sitting duck. I could possibly just straight up die. Like, they could just run out the house with guns and bam, 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 wham, bam, thank you, man, take my money and take my car, and then I'm dead. Sitting here, dead, over a GRINDR transaction. Well, I didn't even do it. It's not like it was a transaction. I didn't pay or receive any money of any sort. But, like, really, I was just thinking the worst. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, like, what if I get axe murdered? Or like, what if I try to get away, right? And like, this whole time while I'm sitting in the car, like staring down at my phone and being patient and waiting, like somebody like snuck by me somehow and like snipped my brake cables or something and I can't get away. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I don't know what's happening. But eventually he texts me, he's like, OMG, they took so long to answer the door. I was talking to him, he was telling me about his life. His life's just been so terrible recently. And I'm like, okay, no, I don't care. By the way, like, this house was like, really sketchy. Like I said, it was like half made out of shit and like half of it looked like normal houses. It was like 2 stories, but like the bottom story, like, you know, I think it was actually maybe 3 stories because it might have been a basement. Because all I remember is there's a bottom window, like a bottom, like for like a basement, and like you could see like boards what it looked like. I was like, are they living in an abandoned house? But I'm thinking like there's lights on, so like can't be abandoned, right? Can it? I don't know. Either way, I'm just like, this is a whole sketchy situation. There's cats and dogs and bunnies and chickens running all over the place. And I'm like, I'm out here on a farm, black man, unarmed, feeling really unsafe. Black gay man, might I add. And I'm just like, wow, this could go so bad in so many different ways. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. I'm a tough cookie. I can roll with the punches. I am good. I have this. So then eventually he comes back out and we're like, then he starts telling me the story about how like the reason why the friend couldn't hang out or like something like that, I don't remember. But, so we're driving and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. I guess we can just like go home then. I could just drop you off and I'll just go home. And he's like, no, I want to go somewhere first. He's like, and then so like, he's like telling me about how he's texting this person on GRINDR, and then I'm stupid again. I'm like, sure, okay, just let me know what's going on. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm just texting this guy that really wanted to hang out. I told him that I was gonna hang out and like, are you cool with that and everything? And then, you know, like me, stupid again. I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't have anything to do. In reality, at this point, I'm starting to get a little tired because it's like 2 a.m. And then so I'm like, but yeah, sure, like we can just swing by there, you can go talk to them, do whatever you want, I'll just sit in the car, be on my phone like I've been doing this whole time. So then he's like, okay, so just take this left, and it should be like, it's only gonna be like 20 minutes away. Okay, so I'm like, yeah, okay, let's go. I'm like, 20 minutes, not that far. I'm like, where could that possibly be? Like Cartersville, Ackworth, I don't know. So we're driving, driving. And so at this point, we're still in places that I recognize. So at this point, we've gotten to Cobb Parkway and we're driving in the direction of Cartersville. And I'm like, okay, so we are going to Cartersville. So that's about 20 minutes away. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because where we live, like where we were in Cartersville, like there's a couple places in Cartersville that I can think of off the top of my head right now that are 20 minutes away. But then we're driving and we drive straight through Cartersville. And I'm like, I haven't said anything, but in my head I'm thinking, dang, it had to have been 20 minutes by now. Like, where are we going? So I'm just sitting here thinking. But this whole time, like, at the same time, I'm trying to, like, at least pretend to be engaged in the conversation that he's trying to have with me. And he's going on this really, really long rant about, like, everything and anything that you could possibly have a rant about. Like, aliens, the government, black people, black culture, appropriation, just things like, just, you know, things that black people talk about. Just things that people talk about. And then the whole appropriation and things like that, black culture, that's black people talk about that. But he's just talking about all of it, just talking. And I'm like, LOL, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I understand where you're coming from there. I'm trying to be engaged in the conversation, but the whole time in the back of my head, I'm just thinking like, God dang, I've been driving for forever. So eventually, somewhere there was a gap. And I stopped him in the conversation, I'm like, dang, we're not close yet? Because I feel like I've been driving for about 35 minutes, and you said it was only 25 minutes away. He's like, yeah, actually we're almost there. Then he like lifts up his phone on his navigation and like while I'm driving, I'm kind of trying to take a peek, but I can't really like do it. I can't just like look over there because I'm driving. So like I'm like looking and I still don't see like the ETA, like you know where it says like you will arrive at that time. Didn't see it, couldn't see it. So I was like, dang, we've been driving for forever. So then eventually we're driving and then we make a turn. I'm like, wow, I don't know where we are at this point, because like I've been driving for so long and I can only recognize where I've been at. So I know that I just went all the way through Cartersville. I know for a fact I went through Emerson and I went through Cartersville because that's all I know, and I know that I saw all that I know already, but I still drove way past that. And I'm like, dang, where am I at? And then so he's like, okay, turn right. So I turn right and I'm like, okay, you said 15, we got 10 more minutes. 15 minutes ago. Where is the destination, honey bunny? Because I'm getting annoyed. But I didn't say anything. I was just thinking, because I'm like, I don't know. I really have no idea, because anybody can tell you I'm probably one of the most honest and outspoken and bold, like boldly worded people that they know. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why. I just didn't say anything. But I just kept not saying anything. Yeah, you can blame me for being stupid. You can definitely blame me for being stupid.
High in the video, fuck with me hella raw. Got a little twerk for a star. Started from the, like Christina got a million. Man, I'm a good guy, turned to a villain.